Hello students, I am Varsha Wagh here, your C2 teacher. As all of you know that we cannot meet personally, so our learning and teaching online mission begin again. So this is our first class in 12th standard. Here it is our new book for 12th standard. Now there is only one single book for C1 and C2. It is very nicely prepared book. All of you go through it and read regularly whatever we are going to teach online. So here we are going to start with chapter number 10, which is halogen derivatives. This is in detail of halogen derivatives of alkanes and arenes. We studied halogen derivatives little bit in 11th standard. Those are of alkanes, and we know few examples of halogen derivatives of arenes also. So arenes is nothing but the benzene ring. Okay, so this is from page number 210, and before going to start from the halogen derivatives, we have to recap our 11th standard syllabus, and that is basic organic chemistry. Okay, basic organic chemistry. In this important part which we studied is the nomenclature system. Okay, so we will go one by one. Our chapters are alkanes, alkenes and alkynes, aromatic compounds in 11th standard. Okay, so here we are going to recap what do you mean by alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. All these things we studied in 10th standard as well as 11th standard, but as there is a long gap in between 11th standard and 12th standard, I feel it is necessary to revise the 11th standard syllabus. Okay, in alkanes we know that the general formula is CnH2n plus 2, where n is number of carbon atoms, and then according to that we are going to join hydrogen atoms, those are 2n plus 2. Okay, we know that in alkanes it is CC single bond, CC single bond ending with ANE. Then in alkenes ending with ENE, when there is only one double bond, C double bond C, then general formula is CnH2n. Now here there are two more valences remaining with the carbon. So the C double bond C, we can write it like this. These two additional I mean these are the two remaining valencies. So here we can write the formula as, if there are two carbons C2, then 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogens are there. Okay. Then in alkynes, general formula is CnH2n minus 2, means here triple bond is present and remaining valencies are just 2. So the formula is CnH2n minus 2. According to this is C2H2. So this here are two hydrogens we are going to attach. So this is C triple bond C and then two hydrogens. So it is C2H2. All this is due to tetravalency of carbon. Means what? Carbon can join 4 bonds like this. Okay, and here in methane we can write as CH4. Means what? Carbon is having 4 valency, that's why it is attached to 4 hydrogens. Why this is so? Because in the valence electron shell there are 4 electrons in around the carbon last valence shell, or the you can may say the shell which can going to form bonds with another atoms, those are 4, and so carbon atom is known as tetravalent in nature. 4 covalent bonds it can form. So this is known as tetravalent in nature. And so here it is from 1 carbon it is methane, then 2 carbons it is ethane, then 3 carbons it is propane, 4 carbon butane, and so on. Then finally in 11th standard we studied icosane, that is C20H42. Here in alkenes, ethene, propene, butene, pentene, hexene, heptene, and so on. Again these nomenclature is for only when there is a one C double bond C, means one double bond is present. Now here in alkynes, when there are 2 carbon atoms, we can call it is ethyne, common name is acetylene, then propyne, and here specifically I mention the position of the triple bond. So you came to know that though it is butyne, but if the position is different, the nomenclature is different. So it is but1-ine, or if the triple bond is on the second carbon atom, then this is but2-ine. Similarly in alkenes also we can write but1-ine or but2-ine depending upon the position of the double bond. Depending upon the position of the double bond, we can find out here different isomers with different parent alkenes. Okay, this is general information about alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Okay, now in this basic organic chemistry, one very interesting part we studied, that is nomenclature. What is nomenclature? Nomenclature is nothing but naming of that compound. As we know, there are millions of organic molecules, and so nomenclature is very important. In nomenclature there are 2 types. One is common name and another one is IUPAC name. What is IUPAC name? We studied in 11th standard. That is, yes, what is that? This is IUPAC nomenclature system. So please tell me the long form of IUPAC. Yes, what is that? International Union of Pure Applied Chemistry. This is one of the institute which decided the rules to give nomenclature to organic compounds. So this is known as IUPAC names or IUPAC nomenclature system. Now what is common name and what is the difference in between common name and IUPAC name? Common name is our pet name. Okay, what is the pet name? Pet name depend upon your qualities or your properties. Okay, and what is IUPAC name? IUPAC name is your certified name, means which is the name in your 10th or 12th standard certificate or mark sheet, or your first name, then middle name, and then your family name, like this is. And this is just like Dabbu, Motu, Chotu, Pintu, like this is our common name based upon your qualities. Now here formic acid, for example, this is present in red ant, and red ant is known as form. So that from the former, this is known as the formic acid, that is HCOH. Then next one is the butyric acid. This is butyric acid present in butter, that's why this is known as butyric acid, and there are 4 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4. So again it is somewhat related to butane also, but name based upon common property, that is it is present in butter. Then this is also one of the common name, chloroform. This is also one of the common name, that is the acetic acid. Acetic acid is again known as the vinegar. Okay, this is the acetic acid, this is the chloroform, formic acid and butyric acid. Now we are going to see this IUPAC nomenclature system or IUPAC name. This is the standard name for no confusion. Very clearly and systematically we can give name to any organic compound, and so this is known as standardized name for no confusion, and this is one of the most adopted system and very important too, because in 12th standard IUPAC name we have to know of each and every compound. For your board exams or for your entrance exams, always there is a question on IUPAC name. So you have to revise it thoroughly. Again go through your all 11 standard syllabus. I am just going to recap now all these things. See, this standard name is divided into parent hydrocarbon, then branch and functional group. These are the three main aspects of the nomenclature system. For example, I wrote over here CH3, CH, CH, CH3. There is one halogen atom, there is one branch which we studied in 11th standard very well. This one branch is there, and the first rule is that you have to select the parent chain which is the longest and continuous, So which one is that? So we can select this longest continuous chain as a parent chain. Now this chain has 4 carbon atoms, so parent chain is of butane. Now when there is a functional group, now here is halogen is the functional group. So first priority we have to give to the functional group, and then the second priority we have to give to the branch. So now as here is the bromine and this is the parent chain, we have to give the lowest possible number to the carbon which is attached to the functional group. This is our another rule, second rule. Okay, so I am giving numbering like this 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is here? On the second carbon there is bromine atom, and on the third carbon there is methyl branch. Now what is methyl? We know that CH3H means what? This is our CH4. We can write as CH3H, and this group is known as alkyl group. We mention it by R, alkyl group. Okay, and this is from methane. So this alkyl group is known as methyl group. Okay, suppose there is ethane like this, C2H5H, totally C2H6, then this alkyl group we will denoted as R is known as ethyl group. This is ethane, while one hydrogen less is known as ethyl group. Okay, so now which is this group? This group is nothing but methyl group, CH3. So now we have to write the name. First of all we have to mention halogen atom which is the functional group. This is bromine, so in IUPAC we have to write it as bromo. If it is chlorine then chloro, if it is fluorine then it is fluoro. Okay, now if iodine then it is iodo. Now this bromine attached to the second carbon, so we are mentioning here number as 2-bromo. What is next? Next we have to write the branch. Branch is of what? Branch is of methyl group. So now this is 3-methyl, and what is our parent chain? Parent chain is of butane. 4 carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 carbon methane, 2 carbon ethane, 3 carbon propane, while 4 carbons it is butane. So this is 2-bromo 3-methyl butane. And all remaining rules I think you remember. When there is a number and alphabet, you should write dash. Okay. So this is again alphabet and number. So here it is dash. Again here it is dash in between alphabet and number. So this is the name, IUPAC name of this compound is 2-bromo 3-methyl butane. Okay. Now in this IUPAC nomenclature, we can write straight chain compounds as well as branch chain compounds. Okay. So this straight chain compound is always a normal chain. This is a normal chain. Straight chain is a normal chain. So we mention it as N-butane. And this N-butane is we also use in common nomenclature system, N-butane. When it is branch chain compound, and if it is the branch is at the second carbon atom, if you start from here 1, 2, 3, or if you start from here 1, 2, 3, then it is on the second carbon atom, then such type of compound is known as iso compound, and this is common nomenclature system. But for in a IUPAC, how we are going to write it down? Longest continuous chain of how many carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. So this is the basic parent hydrocarbon is nothing but propane. What is that? Propane. On the second carbon atom there is a methyl group. So the nomenclature, IUPAC nomenclature of this compound is 2-methyl propane. 2-methyl propane. Are you getting this? 2-methyl, this methyl group, 2-methyl propane. Okay. Now the neo compound. What is neo compound? Neo compound is that compound where on the same carbon atom there are two branches. Where on the same carbon atom there are the two branches. This is one branch while this one is another branch. Two branches. Now here again we have to select the longest continuous chain, and this is of 3 carbons. You can select this one also or you can select this one also. I am going to select this one. Okay. Now from the any end branches are at the second carbon atom. See here, this is 1, 2, 3 and this is 1, 2, 3, and both the groups are same. Which are these groups? These are 2-methyl groups. So how to write this name? Parent hydrocarbon, longest continuous chain is of the 3 carbon. So this is the parent hydrocarbon is propane again. And now we have to mention this 2-methyl groups. How to write this 2-methyl? We can mention as a number. There are 2 groups, so we are writing second carbon 2 times. Okay. 2-methyl groups, so we can mention as dimethyl. Okay. When there are 2 numbers, we have to write down comma. In number and alphabet, we have to write dash, and then we can write a parent hydrocarbon as propane. We can write propane. So this is 2,2-dimethyl propane. This is 2,2-dimethyl propane. Okay. So see now, common name, IUPAC name. Common name, IUPAC name. Okay. These are according to their previous history or their properties or their characteristic. Okay. This is standardized name for no confusion. So we can write as long as possible name of the compound with the higher and higher molecular weight. Okay. Here it is simple way of writing compounds according to their history or their properties. Here it is specific one. We have to mention parent hydrocarbon, functional group and branches. Under branches, this is again divided into 2. One is straight chain compound, another one is branch chain compound. Here it is branch chain compound is again divided in 2 parts, that is iso and neo. Iso means only one branch at the second carbon atom, while neo is 2 branches at the second carbon atom. So iso when you are going to say this is isobutane, then that is the common name, or the neopentane, that is the common name. See here, 1 2 3 4, so we can write it as isobutane also. 1 2 3 4 5, so we can write it as a neopentane also. Okay, neopentane, but these are common names. And when we are going to write IUPAC, then we have to mention branch at the carbon atom where it is attached. This is second carbon, so this is 2-methyl propane, while here are the two branches, so we are mentioning, and both the groups are the same, that's why we are writing here di, and the number 2,2-dimethyl propane. Okay, now next one is representation of organic molecules. Representation of organic molecules. Okay, representation of organic molecules, this is very important. Okay, here again we studied dash line formula and electron dot formula in 11th standard. What is dash line formula? When we are writing carbon hydrogen with dash like this, then this is dash line formula. For example, we will write one more example, that is CH3 and CH3 like this. So what is this? This is our methane, while this is our ethane, and we are mentioning dash line. So these are the dashes, or you can say dash line. Okay, then electron dot formula. Electron dot formula, we can write H. In 11th standard we studied all these things in details. We are going to revise it again. If hydrogen electrons, we can mention as a cross also, and oxygen circle, that means this way, this is the circle, electron with C electrons, this carbon electrons with dot, this dot. Okay, so this is electron dot formula. Means what? We are mentioning electrons which are sharing in between carbon and hydrogen to form covalent bond, and without writing bond here like this in the dash formula, we can write in a dot formula. Okay, so one covalent bond is forming by sharing two electrons, mutual sharing of two electrons. One electron is from carbon, another electron is from hydrogen. So these two electrons form a covalent bond, and 1 2 3 4 covalent bonds are formed, or 1 2 3 4 covalent bonds are formed, and such type of formula is known as electron dot formula. Then next one is condensed formula. Now what is condensed formula? Condensed means we reduce the structure. So for example, here 1 2 3 4 5 6 carbons. So this is our hexane. When we are going to write in detail, we can write all 6 carbons separately and showing bonds in between C everywhere. Okay, but as these 4 groups are same, that is CH2, to reduce our structure, we can write this CH2 in a bracket like this, and we are going to mention how many CH2, 1 2 3 4. So this is CH2 4, and the ending carbons we have to write as it is. So this is methyl. We cannot write CH3 twice CH2 4. This is wrong. We should write this CH3 separate. Okay, and according to their positions, not to the left side or not to the right side, where they are we have to write it like this. Only same groups we can mention in a bracket, and we can write the number, means how many CH2 groups are present in this. Okay, So this is our Hexane's condensed structure. Okay, now suppose the structure is like this: CH3, CH2, CH, CH3 and CH3. Okay, so can you reduce it like this? No, you cannot reduce it like this, because here it is CH2, here it is CH, and these ending CH2 should be there as it is. So we cannot reduce it. We cannot reduce this structure in a condensed formula. You should mention CH3, CH2, CH, CH3, CH3 like this. We cannot reduce it in this way. Okay, this is the one more example. So you have to understand where we can write condensed formula and where we cannot. Okay, this is very important. And when we cannot, then we have to write as it is. How branches are given, what are the ends, we have to write as it is. Okay, so this is CH3, CH2, CH, CH3, CH3. We cannot write condensed formula over here, but we can write condensed formula here. Okay, then next one is bond line formula. What is bond line formula? We have to write only bonds in between carbon and carbon, in between carbon and carbon, and those are again in zigzag manner. Those are again in zigzag manner like this. When there is a propane, okay, then the structure is like this, just like a small hill. We should write in a zigzag manner like this. Okay, if it is butane, then we can write like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. These joining of lines, these joining points are as a carbon. We should not mention hydrogens. We should not mention hydrogens. This is important, as this is simple as well as this is somewhat difficult too. You have to understand how to write only your logical sense you can use. Okay, so now here it is CH2 double bond CH2. So we are going to mention it just by double bond. Okay, then if there is a functional group like this, bromine, we cannot avoid this bromine. We should write bromine over here. Okay, that is the Br, and this is butane, means this is our 1, 2, 3, 4 butane, 1, 2, 3, 4 butane, and here it is bromine attached. So this is our bromobutane. This is our bromobutane. We have to mention this bromine. We cannot take out this bromine. We have to write here bromine. Okay, this is our bond line formula. This is bond line formula. Next, if there are the functional groups, okay, then those functional groups, as I explained before, in functional groups basically there is alkyl group. Now here it is the ethyl group from C to H6, and to this end there is functional group. There is functional group. Okay, like this. If it is functional group, we are going to treat in this formula or in this form. If it is halogens are there, then we are writing R and halogens as a X. So these halogens may be chlorine, bromine, iodine, fluorine, attactin, but we are going to study only chlorine, bromine, iodine, fluorine. So if there is a chlorine, then this compound is known as ethyl chloride. This compound is known as ethyl chloride. If there is OH, then this is our alcohol. This is our alcohol. Okay, so short form is OL. So this is also known as ethanol. If there is a aldehyde group, that is C double bond OH, then this is known as ethanol. Al is the ending. If it is acid, then functional group is COOH, means C double bond OH, and this is our acetic acid. This is common name, while ethanoic acid is a IUPAC name. If it is ester, then functional group is C double bond OOR. We can write in a example, this is our methyl group and this is the acetate group. So C double bond OOCH3. So this is methyl acetate as a common name, while methyl ethanoate is a IUPAC name. If it is amine, then the functional group is NH2 attached to R. So functional group NH2 attached to R, which is ethyl. So this is known as ethylamine, or this is ethanamine. Okay. This is all for representation of organic molecules. So in the next lecture, we are going to study halogen derivatives. Okay. And in that, first of all, we are going to see classification, nomenclature, preparation and uses. This I am going to teach you in the next lecture. So till then, make your notes from this my video. Okay. So this is again one of the learning process. Writing is one of the learning process. So write it down in the form of notes. Everything is on the paper. You just make your own notes. Don't keep all these things in video only. Write it down, and if you are having any questions, please ask on my personal number. Okay. Thank you, students. We will meet in the next video.